if you understood the mechanisms involved in the trading of XLF, we saw XLF doing this, right? And so we looked to take a trade, to the downside, and it just did the opposite. Stayed in the trade and came up against an expiration. So we had to roll the trade. Usually when I roll a trade, now I'm in it for more money than I wanted to, right? So if I got the XLF trade back in June 17th is when I put that trade on. And it was a small trade. It was only 48 cents for a $48 put, toe in the water. Price was sitting like right here at 49 and change. So I got the 48 put and gave myself a freaking long time. I went all the way to monthly expiration. So I went from 6/17 to 7/18 expiration, thinking, well, we got to be able to get a move in the banking sector to the downside. I'll take a shot with 48 cents. This was the, guy in the back. This was the pilot position. And when it didn't work, that's when I started the shenanigans. So, I rolled it forward, we changed the strikes, ran out of time, then rolled it back to 7/18 again. Then I put on a JP Morgan call credit spread to bring in some money to help pay for it. And then I had to roll that. And I just rolled it again. And then because of banking earnings, I put on a $52 call just as a hedge. I just took that call off for $15. And then I sold the $52 put just now. And now when you add it all up, I made a 70% profit. It's pretty freaking good. The point, though, is that there's a lot of ways to save a trade if you feel it's worth saving. You can bring in and we've done this before in this room, right? You can bring in a credit to help pay for or help finance part of the trade. You lower the cost at different times by, turning a call or a put into a vertical, legging into a vertical. You can add credit spreads, put spreads. You can roll forward. You can roll backwards. You could add counter trades and add hedging trades. There's lots of ways to manage a trade. And so we did that with XLF, and that honestly is the most complicated trade I've ever done. So I'm going to show you in shorthand here. We did this yesterday in the Masterclass room, but I'm going to show you the shorthand of it. So we started out with 48 cents. We bought a $48 put on XLF for 7/18. Then it got too far out of the money. It was way out of the money, so I needed to do something. So I rolled it forward to 7/11 and changed the strikes to 52. So I went to a 52 put, rolled it to 7/11, and that cost me 17 cents. So the next move was that I sold a call credit spread on JP Morgan to help finance this mess. And so I got $44 to put on a 287.5 by 292.5 call credit spread on JP Morgan. And I put this on for 7/11. So if I add this up, my net cost so far is if this thing expires worthless, then a $21 cost. It only cost me $21. If it can expire worthless, and then let's see what that put can do. So what I decided to do once we started running out of runway again, I had to roll it again. So then I rolled it to 7/18, back to 7/18. That's the $52 put now. And that cost me 34 cents. So now I'm in it for 55. Still got this. So I decided that I had to roll the credit spread again. So I rolled the credit spread for $1.10. That's the JP Morgan, right? So I rolled that to 718. So now if you look at it, I'm plus 55, or let's just say I've got a $55 credit on the trade. But I wanted to mitigate the damage because of a potential JP Morgan earnings call. So I decided to buy a $52 call. I decided to buy a $52 call on XLF in case JP Morgan popped. And that cost me 80 cents. So now I'm back to a $25 cost, right? Yeah, $25 cost. So now I've got and this is for 718, right? So now what do I have? I still have this. I rolled it to this, so it's for 718. And I got the $52 put and the $52 call, kind of like a straddle. It's kind of where I ended up. And so yesterday I said, if you wanted to, these were both worth about 30 cents. Pick a direction, guys. You could sell one of them right now for 30 bucks. But I said, I'll just hold on. Let's just see if there's any crazy market action from Bank of America or whatever, Goldman Sachs earnings. So I just held on. But what I decided to do today is I rolled XLF. I rolled JP Morgan again for 45 cents. So now I'm up 20. Not only that, I sold the $52 call for 15 cents. So now I'm up 35 cents. And then I sold the $52 put because I don't want to have to deal with it tomorrow. Just sold the $52 put for 55 cents, which puts me at $90 profit. That's profit. So if you think about it, from where we began, from a $48 cost to make a $90 profit. That's pretty much what we ended up doing.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comments section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.